You already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. Brit Eady. Of course, we're going to be talking about Brit today with regards to the preview that just came out for the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 Reunion, Part 1, which will be airing tomorrow night on Bravo. That's Sunday, July 13th. All right. So be sure to tune in and tap in for that. Just so you guys know, this is going to be a spoiler video. So if you don't like to see scenes from an upcoming episode or hear dialogue about it, then this is the opportunity for you to put this on mute, okay? Just watch me, all right? If you want to support, just watch. If you don't want to hear it, just hit the like button, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the biz night. I wanted to give you guys that disclaimer first because some people like to know what they are getting into before they watch the video. All right. So now that we have said that, let's dive in. So there's actually 2 clips out of the reunion, the beginning of the reunion, I should say. So you see the ladies, Phaedra kind of going from room to room, leading her to discover that Brit is not at the reunion. So you see in real time before the ladies get dressed that Brit is not there. However, what is interesting though is now in this beginning part, you know, they both, Portia and, you know, Phaedra, seem very, very shocked by this. So does Cynthia. And so you kind of see them all getting ready and them all heading to the stage, which I always love. I love the preparation beforehand, right? Because you also get to see that they're like 2.5 hours late. And I think Drew is like 3 hours late at that point. So what is it with Drew and this lateness, this tardy for the party? I don't understand it. Anyway, so diving in at the beginning of the reunion, as you can see, there is a space where Brit would have been, all right, but she is not there. So he gets the ladies' responses. Now, what we learn is that Phaedra knew that she was there, and I guess she was in town, which is also interesting that she was apparently there and she didn't hear from her. But Portia did speak with her, and Portia says that, you know, they were really just talking about the men being there, right? So Brit Eady's husband was going to be there as well. Now, Portia says that she did not tell her she was not going to be showing up to the reunion. So whatever happened seemed to have been like a last minute decision for her to not appear. Also, Kelly's response is this. Kelly says that she caused mass destruction within their friend group. I mean, yeah, you know, some of that's up for debate, right? You know, the beef between Kelly and Brit just seemed like it spiraled out of nowhere because prior to the glam of it all, they had been like besties. If all it took was a some glam to come in the middle of all of this, then y'all weren't really friends to begin with. I would have to wager that y'all probably was just friends for the show. Who knows if they really knew each other before the show or not? Because it's given we were show friends. Because otherwise, it's like, girl, don't use my glam. Like, let me help you find some new glam. Period. End of story. Like, don't volunteer your glam if you don't want the people to use it. That should be a lesson learned for Kelly. You know, because if you got to know what type of person you are. If you know that you are, I don't want to say a jealous person, but if you are a territorial person, don't be giving your people away. Like, if you know she don't got no people, don't give your people to them. Help her find some new people. Like, be that type of friend. But don't lend her your people and then be mad when the people like her and she like the people, and you know they end up working with her and maybe they don't want to work with you as much. That was your fault. You shouldn't have lent your people. They would have never experienced her. So anyway, that would have been the solution for that. Hopefully, Kelly will learn a lesson moving forward. You and Shamia should not share peoples, because that will be the end of your friendship. All right, moving right on along. Now, Brit apparently, let's put the alleged badge up here, because we've not seen this lawsuit come out, but it was spoken about, according to Drew, that Brit Eady was going to call the peoples on her. Yes, the peoples. And the reason why is because apparently a blog came out about the poster boards that Kenya Moore presented during her salon opening. And we remember that Portia indicated on her blog, on her YouTube channel, is she still doing her YouTube videos? I don't really see them pop up as much. Portia, don't tell me you was a hit it and quit it. Let's see. I tell people all the time, when you get into this YouTube space, you have got to be consistent. So her last video was literally 3 weeks ago. And she was going strong for like a minute there. But what happened, Portia? She was really doing good, y'all. She really was. And she had gotten up to 60,000 subscribers. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But let me tell y'all something. I did start, for those of you guys who may not know, I did start a YouTube channel that is specifically for people who want to get started on YouTube. I'm basically teaching you how to monetize your channel before YouTube monetizes you. I'm giving you the plays. I'm giving you tips, tricks, and everything that you need. There's a video premiering today at 10:15 a.m. on this channel. So definitely go check it out. Again, it requires consistency. If you are not prepared to go the long haul with YouTube, because that's where the money is, then don't even get started, right? Because you're just gonna upset yourself when you first start, and your videos don't just all of a sudden go viral unless they could, right? So you got to be in it for the long haul. Give yourself like 30 videos, then start to look and see, okay, well, what's really working, what's not working, right? And then adjust and continue to adjust and keep going. One video, don't stop, no show. That's why you keep making more videos. Anyway, you can get all of that type of information on my channel. But back to what we was talking about. So Portia told us that there was somebody on the cast who had allegedly given Kenya that information about Brit. Now, Kenya, for her part, says that no one on the cast gave her that information about Brit. Kenya has said it on the show. I thought it was that some detective or whoever she had to do her detective work found this information out about Brit. Brit claims that she had the internet scrubbed of this information, but we later have come to find out that the person on the poster boards was allegedly not even Brit anyway. So I don't know if maybe Brit decided to not move that route with Drew and the lawsuit because she realized that the photos were indeed not her. So there's no point in having a lawsuit if the photos indeed were not her. So I really don't know what's come of that lawsuit with Drew, or if she followed through with it. But, apparently Drew was looking forward to having that conversation, because Drew, for her part, says that she felt like she and Brit were cool. But based on the interviews that I had seen of Drew leading up to the reunion, I didn't get the impression that she was cool with Brit. I got the impression that she really wasn't a big fan of Brit. I mean, Angela, who is her ride or die, was very much like she was hoping that Brit would be there, because Shamia was saying that she wanted to hold her accountable for some things. And I think Angela wanted to see that. So it would surprise me if Drew felt like she was cool with Brit, because it wasn't given that in the interviews. Which, I mean, again, it's her prerogative, but that's what she says in the reunion. She thought that she and Brit were cool, so she was surprised by the lawsuit. So, there is that. All right, so that's what's going on with the reunion. That's what's going on with Brit and this lawsuit with Drew. I did want to also give you guys an update about something. We did talk about it on this channel, and I love that the Jasmine brand followed up with this. So I figured that I would also follow up with it as well, because we talked about Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kelly Farrell being sued for over $100,000 in unpaid rent on an Atlanta restaurant. You know, one of her chicken and waffles restaurants. Um, and she answers this question in the reunion. I do love that like she just basically just said it. Like, she says that they have received a good sum of money, and then she explained that the delay was largely due to her divorce, which was finalized last year. She says, I just had $200,000 in attorney's fees. Okay. But Andy does, for his part, ask her about, well, what I guess the question was really about, like, well, if you had all of this money to be that you needed to spend on these lawyers' fees, these attorneys' fees, then why is it that you are spending, thousands of dollars for your daughter's 17th birthday with what, 17 bags or whatever like that? And those bags, I mean, unless you're buying them off the streets, okay, they are a hefty sum of money. Trust me, I know. Okay. And for me, I'm at a point where I'm like, I ain't even buying no more than bags. Because when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it just honestly, sometimes, I mean, unless it's something that you absolutely love, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I think once you've had a couple of them, you're just kind of like, it is what it is. I mean, you kind of cherish them for what they are, but at the end of the day, it's like you realize that they don't necessarily make or break your fashion sense or style. I mean, think about it like this. You can see a whole bunch of people, I ain't going to call no names, on TV, in person, or whatever like that, and they could have on a bunch of labels, but that still don't mean that they can dress, right? They still that does not indicate, that's not a barometer of personal style, in my opinion, right? So, um, I don't even know how I went down this rabbit hole, but here we are. So anyway, that's the update on Kelly. I did want to talk about that. I did like that she just kind of owned it all and was like, "Yo, I mean, yeah, it's happening. This is what it is. I'm going through a divorce, okay? And what, right?" So I did like that she was just like, "Boom, this is what's going on." So I wanted to update you on that because I felt like it was my responsibility. We did talk about it on the show. So I did feel like I wanted to touch on this and kind of like, you know, put a pin in it, because I do feel like it's a full circle type of situation and we could talk about it, right? All right. So with that being said, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Hit that like button if you like reality TV related content. And make sure you guys are following my Go Digital with Richie channel. It is, listen, for anybody that wants to start a YouTube channel, like, every video is meant for you to be able to start today. Period, right? Every video is a no excuses video. It is very much do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And it's meant to be that way because I want you to understand that starting this process is super easy and you can monetize the first day that you start. And I teach you the ways that you can do that. Period. Simple. You can take one video, follow the instructions, and literally get started today. All right. So with that being said, I will catch you all in the next video.